Hello everyone, my name is Koushik Datta. Welcome you to my channel where I will be explaining you about the utility analysis and law of diminishing marginal utility, which is very frequently used law in economics. I will be explaining you in clear and easy way. Here I will be talking about the utility, diminishing marginal utility, that is DMU, along with the table, graph, and the limitations to the law. First of all, what does utility mean? So, utility refers to the comprehensive benefits obtained from consuming an item or service. Or, in the other hand, the amount of satisfaction derived from consuming a commodity. For example, when we are thirsty, water quenches our thirst, whereas Amazon Prime, Netflix satisfies our desire for entertainment. Now comes total utility. Total utility is the overall satisfaction that the consumer derives from consumption of a particular goods and services, whereas marginal utility is the additional satisfaction we get from consuming every additional unit. Next comes the characteristics of utility. Utility is subjective, that is, it varies from person to person. As it is subjectable, we cannot measure it. Utility has no ethical, legal, or moral connotations. It does not state usefulness. So, a commodity might not be useful but still has utility. For example, alcohol. Heavy drinking can have a negative impact, but still it holds utility to those persons who are heavy drinker. It is relative. It is relative and not absolute. That is, it varies from time to time, place to place. For example, when we are hungry and we are not, the utility for the hunger is different. Now talking about the law of DMU. Dr. Alfred Marshall in his definition stated that the additional benefit that a person derives from a given increase of his stock of anything diminishes with the increase in stock he already has. It means that as we have more and more of commodities of utility derives from every successive unit keeps on declining. For example, when we are extremely hungry, we might be ready to spend even 500 rupees or more for that particular food. But once we had that food, on the second time, if we tried to have the same food like the first one, we will be little reluctant to spend that much amount. In fact, we will have the same food if it is available at the lower price. So, a rational or utility maximizing consumer always tries to equalize price with the utility. Next, we are having assumption of the law. The unit should be homogeneous, consumed in quick succession, taste should be constant, no change in price of substitute, standard in size. Utility is measurable. So here we have taken utility as a cardinal analysis and consumer is rational. Moving further, explaining you the law with the help of a table. Here we have 7 units. In second column, we have marginal utility, while MU is declining, like we see 16, 13, 10 and so on. And there is TU in the third column, which is the additional of MU, obviously will increase, like 16, 29, 39 and so on. And there are 2 formulas below which should be kept in mind. Here we are measuring the utility derived from consumption of a glass of water. So we noticed when a person is extremely thirsty, he gets 16 units of satisfaction from consuming the glass of water. In graph we see the unit of commodity is x-axis, MU and TU on the y-axis. 16 unit is the highest amount of satisfaction when he has the first glass of water. After that he gets only 13 units and so on and so on. We see that the MU curve is declining to a point when he has 6 glasses of water, he gets no utility at that point. He have reached the saturation point beyond which utility will be negative. We see when he has the 7th glass of water, he gets negative utility. He might feel resembling vomit, and that's why mu curve, it gets to negative. On the other hand, we see that the TU curve, that is the total utility, is increasing, but in a diminishing manner. So, as long as mu falling as positive, TU is rising. When mu coincides with the x-axis, TU reaches its highest point, that is T, and when mu falls below the x-axis, TU also declines. So this is all about the law of DMU. Next, coming to the limitations of the law. So the first one is very small unit. The glass having water is very small in size. The people would not be able to quench the thirst till he have few of them. So the law fails. Second one is that too long an interval. So he has to take it in quick succession rather than taking time. Third one is that the dissimilar unit. So the glass need to be similar while consuming, as if the first glass of water is very small and the second glass is big, so he might get more satisfaction on the second glass. So the law fails. Next comes the rare collection. So the rare collection refers to the hobbies. You know, people are having habit of collecting coins, etc., etc. So the addition to their collection will give them more satisfaction. So here also the law fails. Next comes the abnormal people. So the abnormal people like drunkards, as they will get more satisfaction with every dosage of liquor or drugs. So here also the law fails. And lastly, it is not applicable to money. Of course, money is something appreciated by both poor and rich, and it is said that the more money one has, the more he wants of it. And obviously, no one will say no to money. So the law fails. Thank you for watching the video. Please do like, share, and subscribe my channel. Have a safe and a lovely day, everyone.